Hey guys, welcome to another video. We finally have Zendikar Rising on Arena, out and available, and I wanted to take a second to do two things. So first, we have a bunch of packs um, from the pre-order bundles that I have purchased. I'll also be doing sealed and drafts later as well. But before we do that, I did want to quickly go over, oops, not in packs, but you see how many packs we got. Um, kind of, some of the changes and the losses in standard, which there are a fair amount of. Oh no, it changed the order. I ordered these by color. Alright, whatever. So these are just some cards that are no longer in standard. They've rotated out that I think are pretty impactful and just noteworthy. There are others, but I think these were some that were like mainstays in archetypes or colors, and will definitely be noticed missing. Ooh, I also forgot about one, but I'll get to that. So I'm just going to take these, kind of color by color. I had arranged them, but must have ordered them by CMC, honestly. But anyways, so in black we lose Knight of the Ebon Legion, Priest of Forgotten Gods, and Rotting Regisaurs. So all of these were, kind of mainstays in a lot of different archetypes. Obviously, the Knight being really, really popular in the aggro decks, Priest being good in any deck that has, the Sacrifice with Mayhem Devil. So like that's like a big loss for that deck is like a sacrifice outlist. So now we pretty much only have Ghost Rider. I don't really know. And then Rotting Regisaur, again, a very powerful early drop. So we'll see what that does to black. In red, we have Runaway Steamkin rotating out. This is a really big problem for a lot of decks. Just, if they played it on turn 2, it was kind of a must answer. Legion Warboss, kind of similar in that it kind of could run away with the game pretty easily. And, yeah. And then one of my biggest sadnesses is Chandra Awakened Inferno. This I thought was super awesome, really good against control decks, and against any kind of deck that would kind of be pretty slow. So yeah, that's really unfortunate. I really enjoyed playing with this card. Otherwise, in blue, it's really nice. We have Narset, and also I forgot about Sinister Sabotage rotating out. So I think a lot of decks are now going to turn to Neutralize. But I think everybody was kind of excited for Narset to rotate out. I don't think anybody's going to really miss the Narset. But that also does mean that the decks that Narset was good against, mostly the Uro decks, don't have to deal with it anymore. So that's kind of a maybe something to be concerned about. And then I think the biggest, kind of boosters for the Green X, where we no longer have Nissa. So Nissa's gone. Thank goodness. Such a problem. Such a annoying card to play against, especially in multiples. You deal with it, and then they just play another one. And yeah. For multicolored cards, Hydra Crisis, so nice, again with kind of Nissa leading, that's also very nice. Vraska, another card that was like pretty powerful. I'm actually going to miss it because I think this one was pretty good and pretty balanced and pretty fair. One card I will not miss is Casualties of War. Glad that's gone. Just any time it resolved and hit like more than 2 things, it was just brutal. And then for colorless, we have Grafdigger's Cage Leaving, which, I don't know how relevant that is. I guess, like, escape cards might get a little better. But I'm not sure how relevant this is, but we'll see. But it is still an historic, thank goodness, so that's at least something. And then this is a small thing, but, like, Ugin the Ineffable, I think, was, like, a pretty nice card to have. And especially right now, just so many different kind of permanents. And then just being able to make 2/2s, like I really enjoy this card, and I think that decks being able to have access to like one potentially or more was just like really nice. Like I remember like just slotting this into so many decks just because any deck can run it, and so it's nice. But yeah, but I think the biggest loss is definitely the Shocklands. that I think is going to make. We now have the flip lands, the modal lands, whatever you want to call them, the rising lands. I don't know. There hasn't been a standardized name for them yet, but this is really going to affect mana. I don't think the 3-color decks are going to be as reliable without these, but we'll see. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. And then also Blast Zone, which I thought was a pretty good card to have. Like any of the decks that I played against Blast Zone with or against seemed to need it, and it seemed to help out. Like Dimir, I remember we had a Dimir control deck that really liked this and really needed it, and it was just nice to have on a land. Yeah. So anyways, let me know, what you guys are gonna miss most from Standard, and or what you won't miss. This card. Everybody hates this card. But yeah. All right, let's get into what we actually came here to do, and that's open some packs. So these are from the 50. They've got 50 or so packs from the pre-order bundle, and then they also gave me, some XP. So we got some a Throne and a Ikoria pack, which we'll just open here. Why not? But then also, if you use the code PlayZendikar in the store, that'll get you 3 packs as well. I don't know exactly where the other ones came from. Came from somewhere. Maybe also maybe like when I got on, it also gave me some stuff. So maybe that's it as well. But let's go ahead and open these, and I'm not going to pay attention to the Throne and Ikoria one. I'm just going to open these real fast, go through. And ooh, Robber the Rich. That's actually pretty nice. Robber the Rich is actually getting better because there are rogues. And Dirge Bat. Alright. So I'm going to go through this one by one, just kind of talk it out, and feel out the set. This will be a long pack opening. Alright. Nothing really noteworthy here. And we got Inscription of Abundance, the green inscription. I think we decided that one was pretty good. Alright, and then you got the blue inscription. This one I think a lot of people are looking at for control decks. I don't really like that this is sorcery speed, but I've definitely seen that maybe 1 or 2 of might be decent enough. Alright, Sworn Shambler. Oh, this is the kind of, hangerback walker of those cards. I don't know how good this card is going to be. I've seen some decks run this, as a land that can maybe be like a little ping. Maybe that's good enough. Alright. Ooh, we got the Rogue Legend here that kind of has Rogue Ninjutsu, which is pretty cool. Also has kind of a Scarab God effect, because when it hits them, it reanimates something. Thundering Rebuke, there's this, and then there's Royal Eruption. So it's unclear exactly which of these is better. I think in this case, the kicker cost is, if you're not planning on kicking, maybe this is better. Or if you want to deal damage face. I don't know, I like that there's a difference there. Tabarax, Hope's Demise. This is the cleric, one of the cleric payoffs in this set. But also just +1/+1 counters. Like you can just stick counters on this, and then it's a big lifelinker, which I think is pretty cool. Alright, oh, there's another Zareth. Might build the rogues. By the way, guys, I also am doing this to kind of show, how many packs you get. Obviously, we're not going to get all the rares from this. I think I was watching somebody on Twitch open up the packs, and it took them like 150 packs to get everything. Or like Roiling Vortex, which I don't think is going to be great in Standard, but could see play elsewhere. But who knows? Hogwarts Mauling. Oh, this is the Murder. It's pretty cool. I find it weird that they put the no basics clause on there. I don't know how often that's going to be a thing, but we'll see. Another mythic rare, and this card I think was pretty interesting because you just get something, a very interesting mill payoff. It's like maybe you play mill and and don't really have any win conditions yourself, but you use that to kind of get control of something. We already had Construct. Enters with +1/+1 counter on for each non-basic land your opponents control. Becomes the target of spell, sacrifice it, and then get tokens equal to the spell. Okay. Huh, okay. But it's not ability. I guess that makes sense. But that could be a potentially interesting card. Okay, this is the thing for kicker. I don't think that's going to be great. Alright, what we got? Oh, more murders. That also, the fight spell also seems pretty good. Alright, there is a, ooh, okay, here is the Carnage Tyrant of the set. 7 mana, 6/6 hexproof haste, can't be countered, and then if you kick it for 2 and a green, it gets 4 counters, so it's a 10/10. 10 mana, 10/10 hexproof haste that can't be countered doesn't actually seem too bad, but we'll see. This is also the Cleric payoff, so I like that this is kind of like in a Johnny's Pridemate, but it can only get 1 counter return, which doesn't actually make it that much worse. It just kind of, you know, makes it more fair, because like if we had things like Soul Tender or things like that, then it would be really annoying. Scourge of the Skyclaves. This is a mythic. Oh, right, this is the one that has that weird interaction with the Mutate card, because its power and toughness could technically be negative, so that's pretty interesting. We'll see if that does anything in standard, but I'm not holding my breath. Coral Helm Chronicler. I don't think I remember this one. Whenever you kick a spell, loot, and then when it enters battlefield, get a kicker card. Interesting. And it's a Merfolk Wizard. Maybe. We can do something. Syndiclasm is one of the cards that I really like. Because it's 3 mana instant speed. It's 2 mana, deal 1 to everything at instant speed. So like that could be pretty good against like goblins in historic, or even in any aggressive deck in standard. And then also just 3 mana, deal 2 to everything as well. Could also be good. Dejuru Paragon. This is the party enabler or party payoff or party enabler. Because it has all of the creature types for party. Thieving Skydiver. This is the one that takes control of an artifact. So it says X can't be 0. So it has to be... Oh, so you have to pay at least 1 for it. Yeah, I was wondering, because like you could just like pay like 2 mana and then kick it for 0. Right, and then you could like kick card, like use your kicker cards like with the previous one. So that makes sense that you have to pay at least 1. Tazri, Beacon of Unity. This is another party payoff, I mean, if there is a party deck, might see playing it. But also we talked about this in Commander with some of my buds. Pretty fun Commander card. Ancient Green Warden. This is the one that is kind of like the Ramanap Excavator, but it also is Ramanap Excavator combined with what is it, Yarok? Because if lands would trigger an ability, they trigger an additional time. So basically just double it mostly for landfall, which I think is pretty cool. What is this? Oh, this is the one that has to do with +1/+1 counters. Nice. Oh, Nahiri's Binding is also pretty cool because it can stop planeswalkers. It's a pacifism that can also stop planeswalkers, which I think is really, really good. I don't think that's going to break standard at all, but you know, I think it's nice to have access to, and also in limited, not just being dead to planeswalkers is nice. Akiri Fearless Voyager. So this is the equipment and kind of is it warrior synergy? No, it doesn't even involve warriors. It's just equipments. So nice. Master of Wind. This is the one that looks like it probably shouldn't be a rare. This one's pretty bad. 4 mana for a 1/4 flying, and then you ETB, draw 2, discard a card, and then whenever you cast instant, sorcery, or wizards, you get to swap its power and toughness, maybe? Yeah, or you make it a 4/1 or a 1/4, basically swapping its power and toughness. And this seems really underwhelming to me. Now, it isn't underwhelming, it's a Column Hellhound. That's pretty exciting. Also, I've also seen Solendi Visions in some lists so far. Just a good, like a land that can also turn into a kind of digging spell, like a mini dig. Skyclave Shade. This is kind of like the Cryptghast? Not Cryptghast. I don't know. The card that comes from your graveyard. But if it's kicked, it gets counters. Right, if it's in your... Yeah, so Bloodghast. That's the card I'm thinking of. Yes, this is Bloodghast, but it can only come back on your turn, which I think is very nice. But this also means that it adds another Bloodghast to Modern. And I guess it also doesn't have haste, right? Okay, I won't say no to a rare wild card. This card also intrigued me as well. Like, the losing 2 life is weird, but I like that it's a combat trick that gets it back. I don't know. Alright, Legion Angel. This is the interesting kind of sideboard card where you play it and you get another copy out of your sideboard. Alright, here is the other Cleric payoff that is kind of like a Aristocrats. You get it back from your you get whenever it or another Cleric dies, you get Clerics with lesser CMC from your graveyard. Okay, there's Kazandu Mammoth, which is really nice because it's both a land and this really powerful landfall creature. So, you know, it's 5/5 attacking on turn 4 seems really nice. Alright, there's another Taborax. Relic Golem was pretty interesting to look at. Like, 3 mana 6/6 is good for, like, the Great Hedge. Right, that's in, what is it, Throat of Eldritch, that's still in Standard, so, like, you play this on 3, and then you just play Great Hedge on 4. Alright, more Mythic Rail Red cards. I don't think I need more of those. I think I have enough. But that's okay. Magmatic Channeler. I'm super excited about this. I love wizards. I love kind of spells matter style of decks, and think this one is going to be powerful in both standard and historic, so I'm super excited about that. Yeah, really hyped for that. Alright, Clear Water Pathway, our first dual land here. This is a blue-black one, so you play it as either a land that taps for blue or a land that taps for black. Ooh, I like this negate art. Ooh, I like that. I also like that negate is still... I think it would have been in standard anyways, but still, it's good to have it reprinted. Alright, this is Linvala, Shield of the Seagate. Shield of Seagate. And it's got a whole bunch of text. Basically, it flickers stuff if you have... Oh no, it doesn't flicker it. It pacifisms something if you have a full party, and then otherwise you can sack it to give hexproof or indestructible, which I think not giving both is balanced and is pretty good counterplay. Alright, more Mythic Wild cards. Really don't need those. Valakut Exploration. So I watched someone play this in Mono Red because they lost Light Up the Stage and some of the other card advantage effects, and I'm pretty disappointed with it so far. Like, I like the Valakut kind of theme here of like landfall but I think it's not really good at getting cards and not really good at getting damage if you're not able to really trigger this multiple times. But I don't know. Someone could figure out how to use it well, but so far, just running it in Mono Red doesn't seem to be good. Alright, let's see what we got. Kaza Royal Chaser. I really like this card. I'm not sure how to use it, but you know, if there's a some kind of Wizards style deck that wants to cast something big, maybe it'll see play there. But I really think that's a cool card. I'm trying to brew around that in Commander maybe. Alright, more Master of the Winds. We don't want that. That's a pretty bad open. I'm kind of mad about that. Alright, Skyclave Apparition. That one's a nice one. Exiles any non-land, non-token permanent. So it can exile planeswalkers that are, CMC 4 or less, potentially. So like Jace or like the new Nissa. So pretty cool. And then if it ever leaves, they get the CMC XX Blue Illusion. Drana, the last Blood Chief. So, see, they attack, and then you get a non-legendary creature, and you put it back onto the battlefield. Okay, so it just reanimates something. Oh, so they choose. So they basically choose the worst creature in your graveyard, and you get it back. I mean, at least you get a creature back. Like, if there's a deck that's okay with 5 mana 4/4 flying that gets like just a body back, maybe that's good enough. This card I thought was pretty interesting, designed for limited. Also like to see Vastwood Surge. We already have Cultivate, but like still. Also think this is like a similar card. Is this a reprint? There's definitely a similar card in you know, the last set with Kicker. Like I remember there being a card like that, but maybe I could be wrong. All right, Inscription of Ruin, which I think we thought was pretty okay, but I think is a little lackluster. I think it's more for the flexibility, but you know, we'll see how these inscription cards fit into standard, if at all. All right, Wayward Guide Beast. 2/2 trample haste for 1, and then when it deals combat damage to a player, return a land you control to its owner's hand. So I didn't realize this was on combat damage, but you know, I thought it was on attack originally, so I actually kind of like that. You know, obviously this is a pretty bad turn 1 play unless you have 1-drops, but maybe this is good enough. But definitely in Modern, it's essentially another Goblin Guide. Which is pretty interesting. Also really like this card, Duraga Visionary, just 3/2 that draws a card. Again, not all these cards have to be super flashy to be interesting. Alright, Temple Trap Finder. Oh, so this is the one that, you know, basically makes it so that it can't be blocked if something from a party entered, and then if you have a full party, whenever a creature deals or creatures you control deal damage, you draw a card, which is pretty cool. That's only if you have a full party, obviously. Zagros, Thief of Heartbeats, Flying Death Touch Haste, and another party payoff. And then it says creatures you control have Death Touch. Sorry, well, it just says creatures, because it has Death Touch itself, but still that's really good. And then if it ever deals combat damage to a Planeswalker, you kill it. So Planeswalker Death Touch as well. So, you know, if you could ever cast that for, you know, 4 or less, that seems really nice. Ooh, Mihiri. Got our first Planeswalker. I have, I think, a single copy of each of the Planeswalkers already, just because of the pre-order bundle, but getting another copy, I'm not going to complain about. This is, you know, already seeing play in the, what is it, what's the name of the card? The 4/4 that puts, you know, when non-humans into play or whatever, or puts humans into play when you attack with non-humans. That card. You guys know what I mean. And then also see maybe if there's an equipment deck, it might be good in there as well. I don't know. But I do like the design of the Planeswalker. Alright, another Skydiver. Getting a lot of duplicates, which, you know, is kind of good, man. Skyclave Pickaxe, which is, you know, one that if you play on like turn 2 or something, you know, if you have a 1-drop and then on turn 2 you can play it and get in for a big chunk of damage, which is pretty cool. And there's our second Legion Angel. It's kind of funny. I mean, we did need at least two of them. Alright, Journey to Oblivion, which is an enchantment, kind of like, excuse me, Journey to Nowhere, and cost less for each creature in your party. Alright, more Skyclave Apparition. Alright, Maul of the Skyclaves. This is the one that enters and attaches, and then it gives flying and first strike as well as +2/+2. So if there is an equipment deck, I think this will see play, and it looks pretty powerful. We'll see. I'd be really excited for that because I think these equipments have like the best shot of being good because they're just designed to be so playable. Oh yes! All right, I'm very happy. This is a good duplicate because I really like this. I'm really hoping to play with that. We should be able to do. I could just craft the other two right now if I wanted to. All right, more Valakut exploration. Seems to be going almost in like a pattern. Like I feel like we've gotten the same ones, but it's fine. Yep. All right, we have 3 Nihiris already. That's kind of funny. Alright, what else we got? Chronicler. Yep, we've got that one already. This card was interesting. I like saw this and because it was basically like dive down, but you know, you have to pay 2 to get both effects. So the first part is just like a combat trick because you just get 3 extra health, maybe save you from some kind of damaging removal or you know, in combat or whatever. But then if you pay an extra 1, you get hexproof as well. So I think dive down was a little too mana efficient, and I like that it's still like kind of good, but yeah. Is this a force spike? This is a non-creature spell force spike. Counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1, +1 for each creature in your party. That's really cool. Yeah, force spike, but for non-creature spells. All right. All right, our 3rd Legion Angel. Again, wasn't super excited about that, but okay. All right, nothing over here. Oran Reef Ooze. Enters, put a +1/+1 counter on something. When it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature with a counter on it. So you could just, you know, play it on itself, and then when it attacks, it becomes a 4/4, and then a 5/5, so on. Or you can do it on. And it gets even better if you have counters on other creatures. Right. Relic Robber. So this is, you know, kind of like the I don't know what you call it, the goblin, you know, anti-control card of the set, but it has to deal combat damage, so it's really not great. Oh, I didn't realize this card. Deal 4 damage to target creature that blocked this turn. So interesting. So this is kind of like a Divine Arrow, but in red. Just, you know, again, I'm fine with. Seems fine. more mythic wild cards. I don't want mythic. I want rare. I want rare cards. Rare mythics, or rare wild cards, and just rares in general. Crawling Barrens. This is like the like original like leak that we saw. So yeah, I like this card because you can, if you ever have 4 extra mana, which you know is a lot, but if you ever have 4 extra mana, you can just turn it into a 2/2, or just put 2 counters on it and just not make it a creature if you think your opponent has removal, and then you can just make it a 4/4, and it keeps on getting bigger, which I think is pretty cool. All right, we haven't gotten any of that uncommon removal. So all right, there's a rare wild card which I like. And we're down to the last few packs here. Alright, Swarm Shambler, we saw that one already. Spoils of Adventure, which I just saw, you know, being instant speed is really nice. Like, just 6 mana, gain 3, draw 3 for 6 mana is actually pretty decent. And if you have any other creature, it just gets even better. And like Brazen Bars, like I think this will probably see play in something. Also, Into the Royal is definitely going to see play in some form or another. Alright, what we got? Oh, we have the red-white flip land here. Pretty cool. I don't know if I like the border as much, but I like the art. I like the art on the inside. Alright, and last but not least. Alright. And Ornery Food. It's kind of anticlimactic there, but that's alright. So yeah, so there we go. We got a bunch of, we got 11 rare wild cards and 16 mythics. Not just from that, I think I had a couple of those already, but you can see kind of how much it gets you. Let's look at the collection. You can see all of the new stuff. So let's just look at the rares here. Rares and Mythics from Zendikar Rising. There we go. So there we go. There's all of the rares you got. I guess don't count this Jace Mirror Mage here, but yeah. So let's see. We got. Oh, so we have. Wait, we got 4 Legion Angels. Okay. We have 2 Inscription of Insight, 2 Masters. Do we have anything? Oh, we have 3 Torpor X. What else do we get multiple of? I like that we got 2 Magmatic Channelers. What else? Anything else that's super interesting? Oh, we got 2 of the Zeraths, which I don't know if we're on that much of, but really 3 copies of Nihiri, Heir of the Ancients, which I thought was really funny. I don't remember opening these. Some of these I might have just gotten from, because I don't remember opening either of these. I might have gotten these from something else, just getting on, kind of as a free thing. I don't know. Yeah, because I also did we open this? I don't even think we opened this. Anyways, that's fine. But yeah, that's really funny with 4 copies of Legion Angel. Maybe I'll build a deck around, or maybe I'll build a deck with it. We'll see. Yeah. Alright, I think that's going to do it for this video. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the pack openings. Just kind of chatting about some of the cards here. You know, if you guys see something that you think is really cool and you want me to do something with these cards, or build a deck around some of them, let me know and I'll see. You know, this is really exciting, getting to, you know, mess around with a whole new set now. It's been a while since we've been able to do that. Yes, we've had Amonkhet Remastered, but Standard is, you know, finally getting its kind of fresh start. So I'm optimistic, and I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too. So if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment, and I'll see you guys next time.